Can you hear me? We good?
Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and Twitter as well at Dan Who Reviews. And today I'm here, as always, on a Friday or a Thursday or a Saturday, whenever it may be, with Brandon. How you doing, my friend?
Good, thank you, bro. How are you doing?
I'm all good. This is literally the first time we're saying hello to each other because he's popped in as we go live. So we'll catch up live with the rest of you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
So as the main topic today is X-Men. So as always, we'll give it a couple of minutes. I'll post it on Instagram. I'll post it on the Facebook. Let a few people come in. We'll say our hellos, talk about some new toys, and then we'll get into our main topic. It's got to be a tight 2 hours tonight because the missus has literally left the house and she's coming back at 10. So
right. Yeah.
it's got to be a tight 2 hours. Right. So
just quickly before I launch into who's in the chat. This week in toys, I finally joined the Vintage Club.
Hey!
This thing is huge.
It's beast,
I know
isn't it?
everyone thought it was big, but it is freaking huge.
It's a beast. It's beautiful though.
Yeah, man. That vintage card, it's just the best.
Did last week's stream make you a little bit itchy?
It did, yeah. It really did. And then Kingpin didn't come till today. Mysterio came yesterday, so it was a long week waiting for him after I saw him on the stream last week.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I think the Hasbro team are virtually confirming we're going to get more because I think Dan was tweeting something on Twitter as well about retro and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope we get more. And obviously, we're still on a nostalgia trip. We're still on that retro sort of vibe because today, obviously, the main topic is X-Men retro. X-Men. Let me just throw up a little picture for the people. We'll just tease them. This is my personal collection of retro X-Men figures. No, it's not really. It's just a picture I found online. But still, look how glorious all these figures look in that retro X-Men packaging. Like, I definitely had these as a kid. Well, not more. I had a few characters, a few oddball characters as well that I've had in figure form, but I never actually read in the comics, which is usually not the case. But yeah, these look beautiful. And obviously, we're going to talk about what figures we already have from the X-Men Retro series. We're going to run through them because there's not too many. And then we're going to talk about what figures they could potentially re-release. And I've tried to pick oddball characters. Like, I've not picked Space Wolverine, like I was showing Brandon earlier. I'm like, or just another Cyclops. I've tried to pick the oddball characters. So hopefully I can teach not just Brandon, but people here today about these crazy characters on this X-Men Retro packaging. But it's looking good. I'm excited for it. But I'm guessing you're too young to have any of these, Brandon.
Yeah, man. I don't think. I think that the earliest X-Men figures that I can remember are either the X-Men movie figures or the X-Men Evolution figures. The TV show, the animated TV show.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm trying to think like hard, but I don't think I remember any others other than those.
I think by the time they like X-Men Evolutions was around, I was trying to get girls' attentions, do you know, like, so I wasn't in there. That's the generation gap between us, but it's good to have that contrast. Yeah, exactly. But no, I definitely had some of these as a kid. We're going to mainly talk about 91 to 95 or 96. So just remind us, man, how old were you between 91 and 96?
I was 0.
Exactly. Yeah. That's my point. So of course,
think about that for a second, but I got there.
It was a trick question. I knew you didn't exist at this point, but I was just making sure you knew you didn't exist at this point.
Yeah. I had to think about it, but I got there.
I was between 3 and 8, I think it was. And I 100% had some of these X-Men figures as a kid, had some of the Spider-Man ones, which I talked about last week. And when that X-Men and Spider-Man TV show crossed like had a sort of a crossover episode, my little brain exploded because I was like, this is what I've been doing with toys. And like, that was my first taste of like things crossing over, two different things you love crossing over. Because you knew they were the brand, as a kid, I knew they were Marvel, but I didn't really understand that meant they could all cross over worlds, you know? Because as I said, I got into the shows before I got into the comics. So as a kid, you're just naive to all that. So yeah, my little brain, Spider-Man and X-Men, when they crossed over, explosion in my brain. So as always, you've got your water or probably a tub of ice cream or whatever you do. I'm starting to worry that I drink on my own on a Friday night. Please, someone let me know if you're drinking. Brandon, say hello to the people in the chat for me. I feel like we're neglecting them.
Okay. So we have 56 people in the chat so far. Some familiar names here. So it's great to see you guys back again. We have Hungry Plants of Paradise. He's getting ahead. He's saying, or she is saying, a retro Jim Lee Psylocke would be nice. She's too expensive in the second-hand market.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone is here. He says, I would love a Jim Lee Psylocke. I'm getting to Cyclops there. I'm getting ahead of myself, too. 2012 says, we need Longshot and Eric the Red. Mark Rose says, what up? Toy Bandit is here. We got AC. We got Blake. Thor 2012 again. Nightwing says, what's up, Dan and Brandon? Happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday, Nightwing X. We got Jamie is back. Great to see you again, buddy. We got Kev's Collectibles. Patrick is here. Daniel is here. Thor 2012, Laser Pants is here, guys. Says, hey, yo. We got Ace, I said. We got Jose Gonzalez. I have all these Toy Biz figures, he says.
Wow.
Mark is back. Lady Deathstrike, Longshot, and Spiral. We got Toy Bro is here.
Pow.
I don't Star V2 up there, he says. We got Toying Around, Allo. Toy Bandit again. Todd is here. Rectangular is here in the chat. Marcus Yee says, hey, everyone. Happy Friday. The Side House Collector says, what's happening, boys? Todd says, 49 viewers, but only 18 thumbs up. Come on, people.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Bree House says, I had 90% of those Toy Biz figures. Marvel Collector UK is here. Evening all. Mezco Mayfex fan, 01. He said 91, they were 5. We got Rob Pollock is back. Happy cider day, gents.
Hey, yes, finally someone drinks for me.
Mark Tac said, back in our day, Brandon, you have to save 10 shillings after a hard shift candlestick making for one Toy Biz figure.
Oh, hold up a second. We've got Tac Super Chat.
£99 through Super Chat. Back in our day, Brandon, we had to save 10 shillings and 6 pence after a month of candlestick making to get one Toy Biz figure. Tears of joy.
Yeah, I did lots of candlestick making. Thank you very much, Mark Tac, to kicking off their super chats. As always, our assistant Friday will read out your super chats of anything over £4, whether it's $4, £4, €4, for whatever, for Pedros. Is that still a currency? Anything over 4, our assistant Friday will interrupt us and read out, and then I'll interrupt Brandon until we figure out how to get him to hear the super chats. But yeah, thank you very much, Mark Tac. I'm assuming he's a similar age to me, and Brandon's just a young gun. I've seen Laser Pants in the comments is saying that Rectangular is old enough to be someone's dad, which made me laugh as well.
Rectangular said I graduated high school in 1991.
Wow.
That's a while ago. That's 30 years ago next year. Ouch.
I was 3 years old at that point.
I was a twinkle in daddy's eye.
Pedro. I just Laser Pants is laughing at my Pedros. I assume that was they used to
Pedros, right?
Pesos, Pedros. I don't know.
Pesos. That's it.
Pedros. Can I buy this Marvel Legend, please, for 20 Pedros? We still don't even have a Pedro in Marvel Legends form. They need to fix it. Quicksilver.
Cap Lives, Phil Jones, Laser Pants, Rob Pollock is back. Tarek.
I'm glad Rob's here, by the way, because I'm going to talk about some deep cut X-Men figures. I'm talking Starjammers, X-Men, Reavers. So, like, I'm assuming Todd will know about it. All Rectangular will be able to educate us, but hopefully our historian Rob will help us out with the fact checking in the comments as well as we go through some of these. Vote for Pedro. That's a Napoleon Dynamite reference, I think it is.
You're gonna need the encyclopedia back out again.
I know, yeah, I'm gonna have to pull it. Do you know what? I didn't even open that up earlier. I was trying to use my own brain and pulling these pictures up. Right, so as I said, thank you very much everyone for joining us on this Friday evening. If you can, crack open a cider. If you're in the US, I suppose it's too early to have a drink. So if you're at work, we'll be quiet. But it's evening. It's a Friday night for us, so we're chilling. I'm sure, as I said, halfway through the show, Brandon will go and get a bowl of ice cream because that's what he does on the weekend. He's crazy like that. So let's get into this. So let's pull these pictures up again. So as I said, we're talking about retro X-Men figures. So I'll pull the picture back up on the screen. As I said, these are beautiful. This is just a handful. As I said, there was lots of series, is that a word? But we're going to focus on 1991 to 1996. And I'm not going to go through every single figure released because we'd be here all night. As I said, I need this to be a tight 2 hours. So we're going to go through our current Marvel Legends roster, and then we're going to go back and pick and choose some of these old Toy Biz ones of what I would like to see made in 6-inch figure form. So let me see if I can get some more of these pictures up. There's another like shiny, glossy picture with a couple of Wolverines. You can see a nice blue beast in there as well. Jim Lee Cyclops is there as well, I believe. So yeah, some nice pictures. They look like I'm feeling itchy to go back and track some of these down to go along. Because I know Ryan Ting does that as well. He has like the old school Rogue and Gambit to go along with the new ones that are coming. So yeah, maybe I'll be itchy to do that if they're not going for two. Are they quite expensive on the aftermarket? I would assume they're getting more expensive as time goes on with us crazy Marvel Legends collectors around. Right. So let's pull up the first picture. So we're going to start off, Brandon, with going through the current Marvel Legends retro X-Men figures, if that makes sense, okay? Yeah. So we're going to start off with the first wave, and as I said, we can whiz through these quite quickly and talk about what we like about them. Did we pick them up? Because they're all still readily available. None of these are going for a pretty penny, I don't think, currently. I think they're all still available on Amazon, or I think I've seen pictures of the whole wave still on Big Bad Toy Store. So we'll get into it. So in no particular order, this first wave of Marvel Legends 6-inch retro figures, and let's start off with Wolverine. And this is the Wolverine in the black outfit, the sort of samurai Wolverine, and he has like the black sort of mask on his face. I've actually popped on my patch head on this body, and that's how he's displayed at the minute. I've actually stole the little wrist gauntlets from this figure for my I think it's Havoc from the Polaris 2-pack because he was missing wrist cuff things. So it was just a new way for him to give us Wolverine. Did you get this figure?
I didn't, actually. I was just trying to think if I did without turning around to cheat and double check to see if I did, but I didn't. Simply because you know how it goes. How many Wolverines do you need?
Yeah, no, the chat will tell us as well. I assume this isn't one that people went running after. It's another Wolverine. They're going to keep sneaking him in there now they've made that body mold for us, and this is just another way to give us Wolverine. But as I said, for me, I whacked that patch head on there, and that is what I did. So the chat can let us know as we go through these, by the way. Did you pick these figures up? Because as I said, they're not too old. These ones are readily available. But this Wolverine, again, probably a little bit lackluster because we've been getting so many Wolverines recently. So have a quick pop to the chat and see what they're saying. I think mine's a little bit delayed on my end. But I brought 2 Wolverines. The patch head and claws from Can of Beans on that Wolverine. That's a good shout. I need to get some more of those claws for Wolverine, whether it would be Can of Beans. He's done a few different versions now, hasn't he, as well? He's got like 3 versions. A few people saying nope. A few people saying yes. All right, this is an exciting figure. I don't expect to be much excited about it either. So move on to the next one. This one was a little bit controversial in regards to it had a big split down the side of his face. Do you know which one I'm talking about, Brandon? It had like a very visible split on his face.
Oh, Iceman.
Iceman, yeah. Bobby Drake, I believe Iceman is. So again, iconic X-Men villain character. Sorry, not villain. X-Men one of the Omega level X-Men, one of the original X-Men's as well. And this is a character we need on this retro card. And again, it was on a retro card back in the day as well. This one, as I said, some people liked it, some people didn't. People were torn because it had that big split in the face. I don't know if I can zoom in and probably not be able to see it now. You're not going to see it on here. But he had a big split down the middle of his face there, which a few people didn't like. And the eye slide was a little bit lackluster as well. But I like what they were going for because the old figure did come with the eye slide as well. There you go. You've got yours. Let me switch it back around. Brandon can show us Bobby. There he is. Yeah, you can see the split in the face is quite visible, to be fair, as well.
Yeah. If there was anything I would have changed about this figure, because the body is pretty much perfect. You got the butterfly joints, you got all the articulation you could ever want.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I would have liked to have done differently is an unmasked Bobby head and then a better face sculpt.
Would you have put that unmasked Bobby head on that figure though, or would you use it on like a different figure? Because he's never seen with just a normal head and frozen body, is he?
No, I suppose. But like, it would have been cool to see like. Don't
get me wrong, I would have took it.
Yeah. But I'm thinking, because it's a good point. I mean, it would have definitely got me to buy two. You know.
Yeah.
For sure. But maybe something like, do you remember the Black Symbiote 12-inch Marvel Legends Spider-Man?
Yeah, with the tentacles on his face type thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing. It'd be cool. Yeah. It would be cool to see like some kind of
ice sort of covering his. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I just want an unmasked.
As I said, I'm the same. I always like having those representations on the shelf, so I like mixing it up. So I would have popped it on a spare, I don't know, a jacketed Cyclops body or some sort of X uniform. I'm sure. We need, to be fair, those X-Men, the Astonishing X-Men, like the original box set, the one that Bobby Valera did, I believe, is with all the 5 original X-Men in their uniforms, and it has Beast but as human form type thing. That X uniform would have been pretty good for an unmasked Bobby head as well, to be fair.
There's one that they did in the Classics line. Let me see if I can put a picture of it. I have it. It's still in the box up in the loft somewhere. Iceman Toy Biz Classics, I think it was.
Right, let's jump back to the chat. Let's see what people are saying. Picked him up to just need him for the upcoming Firestar to complete the Spider-Man and Amazing Friends. Yeah, that's a good shout, Phil. I do think people are probably going to backtrack and try and get this if people haven't already got one on their shelves. I actually quite like the modernised version as well, but it doesn't work for Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends. You need the classic look. Let's have a look what Brandon's shown us. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I get that.
That if they did that would be my favourite Iceman by far.
I like people who have made like custom ice slides for him to display.
Yeah.
I've seen a few that are like quite decent and they spin around and look fancy. Right, so let's see what the chat are saying again. That's sick, Brandon. People like that. Al Patron says, what's up? Great interview with Hasbro. Thank you very much. The Hasbro interview is on the channel right now. As I said, they confirmed more retro figures are coming, sort of in the video. They said, Ryan said that it's not a straight line. They can go back, give us X-Men, give us Spider-Man, whatever we want. And we've got a wave of Fantastic Four retro figures coming, I'm sure. So that's why this conversation is whole started, really, from that Hasbro interview. So if you haven't seen that, go and check it out. It's on the channel right now. But yeah, thank you for everyone who's just jumping in. As I said, we're going through the X-Men retro figures that are currently available. And so far, the only one on the villain card back, which is that purple card back, is Silver Samurai. And obviously he was on this retro packaging back in the day as well. And we hadn't had him in a single wave either. So it was a nice to get a new character we hadn't got on this retro card. I assume you got this one, or did you not get this one?
I got this one.
Yeah.
I really love this figure. Really like
this is nice. This one's on my display as well. Silver Samurai.